the same FEMA camp, sis.
Me too.
Hoo, everyone! Welcome to the Drunken Disorderly podcast, brought to you by the FEMA camp that Aaron and Dre are apparently going to together.
We just want to be in the same FEMA camp.
That's really not too much to ask.
It's a small thing, right?
I'm just looking forward to the train ride. I've always wanted to take one cross country. I think it's a good opportunity.
Oh, this is getting dark. We don't even have people watching yet, and this is getting dark.
Am I frozen for you guys?
No.
Yes.
You're frozen in a smile.
You are. But
should I probably come back?
It is a nice smile. I mean, you look.
It is. It's nice. Yeah.
But you are going to
just think she's happy as shit all the time.
Like, if there's not visible teases of your supposedly naked boobs, the comments are just going to go riot. So you might as well.
Why won't it let me watch Party Us?
I don't know. It's been fucking up today. What's up? What's up, John? So yeah, before we really dive into this, something that I'm working on, I am doing a radio spot where I'm going to record the spot and try to fish it to some local radio stations to see how much it's going to cost to get it to run. But it's going to be a kind of a generic Libertarian Party spot. So I am looking for voice actors. I've already gotten a couple people who are good, but I am perfectly willing to make several versions of this for different regions and stuff, and we can tweak things and do multiple takes with different voices. That's great. We're already talking about, like, instead of having one voice, have like 3 or 4 where one person reads a line and then someone else reads a line with a completely different voice structure, and just making it sound really cool and really professional. It's something that we're working on. So hit us up, hit me up. This is really a me thing. Fuck Aaron and Dre.
Yeah, don't bug me with this shit. Just kidding.
So that's
I don't have time.
Yeah, I don't really either. But to edit this kind of thing, I can get intoxicated on the weekend and still pull that off.
I have no time.
Also, if you're tuning in here, our numbers are still kind of low. It's filtering it. Man, this is going to be like one of those nights where we just have a bad...
Facebook hates us!
Yeah. Well, so here's what the problem is.
My computer hates me.
Because a certain somebody lost their validation on our page, none of our memes have posted for 2 days because I keep forgetting to go reschedule them so they'll post. And that means that our reach the last 2 days has been shit.
It was Dre, by the way. It was Dre.
I got it fixed. Fuck.
We had one meme, and then we did a video last night where you all need to go watch because my wife was on there. And
it was an Elfie vid. She's always adorable.
Yeah. She was wearing this cute little sweater that she stretched out beautifully. It was wonderful.
What do you guys think happens if the governors and mayors start closing down dispensaries?
Can they?
Well,
I don't think that they can close down anything, but they are.
Right.
I mean, I forgot where I signed up for that, but seeing them close down everything, I think that they're just bluffing. It's like whenever, cops say that they smell weed or something, they're just saying, "Hey, I'm closing this down," and everybody's
I smell fries. Okay. You're busted. I smell burgers cooking.
Yeah. So what are we gonna do about it though? Like everyone is complaining about this on Facebook. I'm not, just because I expect bullshit from the government.
I expect lawsuits when this is all said and done.
Okay, so here's the thing. Like,
what are you going to do to stop them from taking your rights? And that's my question to libertarians right now.
I mean, for me, this whole social distancing thing is like every day. It's introvert heaven.
Yes.
So
God.
This really isn't fucking with me. I work and I hang out with you fuckers, and I'm still doing that. So it's not really changing my daily, other than the fact that my kid is underfoot all the time.
It's going to change my life because I can't go and do all the things that I normally do, like hold meetings, like go to events, like put on events. Oh my fucking God, I'm going to go insane if I have to be in quarantine. I am not like you people. I am an extrovert. I need to be out among
What do you mean, you people?
I mean, really, my big bitch is like
weirdos.
Grocery deliveries are still going to continue to come into your grocery stores, people. You don't have to buy the whole pallet of toilet paper today.
Oh my God.
I still don't understand where the toilet paper thing comes from. Like,
I heard it was our governor, but then I heard it was nationwide, so it couldn't have been just him shooting his stupid
It
mouth
is not
off.
just nationwide. This is happening in the UK. This
Yeah.
is a global toilet paper
Yeah,
shortage.
I have
Europe
no idea how this started. None. Like, first wouldn't the food be going in short before you fucking need to wipe your ass?
I mean, I get. Here's the other thing. COVID is a nasty virus, but diarrhea is not one of the symptoms. You're not going to shit yourself to death. It's not cholera. It's
Or
not
dysentery.
Oregon Trail. It's not dysentery. I mean, you're going to cough up a lung and probably some blood, but you're not going to shit yourself to death.
I mean, maybe everyone's just afraid that they're going to have to get a lot of Taco Bell between now and when the quarantine is over.
So Taco Bell's gonna be the one thing that they leave open because they
So
only
They're leaving. They're
require
letting
4.
drive-throughs and
Drive-thrus and
drive-thrus
deliveries
and
open.
deliveries.
Yeah.
And so Taco Bell does both. But I think with the toilet paper, what started is there was a post a while back about somebody had bought like a whole pallet, and their plan was to buy it and resell it, which eventually became like panic in that town, which spread to panic in that town, which spread to panic in that town, and that's kind of how it went.
You know, we all bought tech stock. We should have bought like Procter and Gamble stock because toilet paper is at a premium right now. $10 a gram, man.
You know what else is a fucking premium they're talking about in the comments? I went to Cabela's, I went to Shields, and I went to a Range today. They were out of all 3 forms of ammo I was looking for.
Ammo's
And
at
I
a
wasn't
premium.
even gonna like get huge amounts. Like I needed like 10 rounds of one, 90 rounds of another, 60 rounds of another.
Well, let's talk about why that is, though. We've got governors deploying the National Guard. We've got governors closing state borders. We've got mayors shutting down private business. When you see government continue to exercise authority that does not belong to them, is it a wonder that people start stocking up on ammo?
I saw a lot of people buying guns today too that didn't look like the typical gun buyer. If you don't, you know what I mean?
Well, I think that for so long we've kind of been the conspiracy theorist with government overreach, and now people are seeing that when their local bars get closed. You know, most people don't understand stuff like that until it happens to them. And this is what we're seeing. We're seeing a lot of government overreach and things like that. And then with the president coming out and saying like, hey, let's stop payroll taxes, people are like, oh, yeah, we could do without some taxes. And it's just kind of trickling out. I think it'll be good for the party overall.
We're about to get that Yang money, though. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, the $1,000.
That Milton Keynes.
I just really like them to send me my theft refund check. Can I just have back the money you already stole from me? That I've already identified for you. Like filled out the forms and shit. Can I have that?
Exactly what you owe me, fuckers.
That'd be great.
Yeah, I need to get on that, considering.
Yeah, I haven't done that either.
Considering.
Well, they're probably going to extend the deadline, so you guys.
They are, but they owe me money.
So
they owe you money?
Yeah. And look,
I don't know if they'll owe me or not.
Technically, right now, they haven't extended the deadlines. They've just put a halt on fines. So you're still going to be busted. You just won't reach a cap fine. So far, we'll see if it changes.
I
mean, what the fuck?
I foresee this ending with the Republicans still in control, but basically being Bernie Sanders by the end.
Look, there are some good things that are going on right now. Let's talk about the good stuff because we all know about the shitty
Let's
stuff.
Focus.
So I want to say the way the free market responded
need to reload?
to all of this. No, you're fine. Okay. The way the free market responded to all of this was wonderful. All the major sports leagues closed down before the government was even saying it was an issue.
Yep.
The only sports league that has drug its feet about anything was WWE because they're assholes.
Well, I mean, look, if you're the NBA and you've got players testing positive, nobody wants to come hang out with them, right? So
Nets players tested positive today, including Kevin Durant. It's what you get for leaving OKC, Ben. No, I'm just kidding. Kidding.
You're right. He should have stayed. He'd be okay. I'm just saying. He'd probably be okay.
But wouldn't the WWE still kind of be okay because they would just need a couple cameramen, a couple announcers, and they could just broadcast it?
Have you ever watched wrestling without a crowd? Because they've done that the last two. Friday and Monday they did that, and it was bad.
Yeah, the UFC did their fight on Saturday without a crowd as well, and it's pretty creepy. It's super creepy.
Doing it
Because
without a crowd, it's like watching Between Two Ferns, except people are throwing chairs. That's what it is.
Right.
That would be
Yeah.
weird.
Like it's like Zag Galifianakis and a fern
Thanks,
beating
Craig.
each other with a chair. That's it. That's all it is. It's there's no point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see how that would be kind of boring and weird and creepy-ish, especially if it was all dark in the back, like it is on the. Yeah.
It's like watching Muppet porn. There's just no.
Right. Plus, a lot of their funding comes from ticket sales and things like that.
Thanks for that image.
Yeah, see, you're welcome. I mean, the good stuff though. Government schools are shut down. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about
Yes, how
all of
everybody
these
is
people-
Yeah.
homeschooling.
right.
How
Real
awesome
quick.
is that?
Go check out the video that Scott put up on our Facebook channel today, facebook.com/D&D Liberty. If you're watching us on another platform, Scott is a teacher, K through whatever,
K through 12.
who he
Teacher,
put up
yes.
a video today about like cool things you can do while homeschooling if you have no idea how to homeschool. So go check that out. Some really great information. It's not too long. It's like 15 minutes.
Yeah, and look, if
Definitely
you're
check that out.
homeschooling and this is new to you and you're stuck, man, hit us up. Slide into the DMs. We'll get you with Mr. Z. He'll help you come up with a curriculum.
Oh yeah,
Go ahead.
there's a ton of homeschool families within our group as well. If you're in Oklahoma, we've got several. If you're in any of the other states, I'm sure we can get you with some others as well.
That's
But-
what I was thinking. There's got to be already.
Bob Jones
Yeah.
University Home Satellite Program. Your kids should be in it now anyway. You shouldn't be sending them to concentration camps of stupidity or whatever.
I mean, look, government indoctrination centers are closed down. This is a huge benefit. We have the homeschooling movement is getting a jump start, right? Kick-started.
Right.
How
And it
awesome.
already was because that was
It
already.
already
because-
was.
It was already taking off, but look at this. Everybody's got to do it now all at once. How amazing.
Right? So there's a bonus, huge bonus. The other bonus is now for years and years and years, you guys, we have heard, man, those libertarians are crazy. The crazy conspiracy theorists. You motherfuckers still think we're crazy? Like we were right. We've been saying it. We were right. We were right. Understand that right now across military bases all across the country, they are setting up quarantine stations and quarantine beds.
I heard, and I can't confirm this because it was a comment on one of our videos, that the military is stop-lossing people right now because they won't let them go until after this is done.
Yep, nobody goes.
And let me tell you, as someone who was supposed to get out for like a month and a half and they kept pushing it back.
Involuntary extension, it's a bitch.
And for me, it was
I didn't
I
even
was
see
actually
that.
kicked out early, but like they kept changing the date. So it's like, can I please just go be fat somewhere else? Please.
Yeah, no, it's all about involuntarily extending people right now. Do you know how pissed I'm gonna be if this isn't a skirt top? I bought cheap wine. Cheap wine should always be a skirt top, right?
Depends on how cheap, I guess. Like,
$2.98.
oh yeah,
$2. This is like night
Yeah.
train cheap.
that should be screwed up. I'm drinking Claws again. I'm kind of hooked.
Motherfucker.
Was it you, William, that posted that comment earlier? Because I think it was on Scott's video about no one being released, even if
Yep.
the contract was there. Yeah, man, there's
Wow.
look, guys, check out our like I'm trying to throw as many comments up as I can without even talking about them
You
because our comment
guys.
section is just full of great stuff. Here's the deal. So I grew up homeschooled. So this is like something I'm passionate about. It's not hard, guys. Like the school systems make it seem hard because they have like 1 million people in the administration parts, but actually teaching basic stuff until you're starting to hit like junior high, really easy.
Man, look,
Really?
I'm going to throw down a challenge to state parties that are watching tonight. Kevin Hobbie is here tonight from the Oklahoma Libertarian Party. Dre and Zach in Nebraska, right? So here's my challenge. Get together with your members and build an online portal. Somebody in your party is a math whiz and can pick up some math tutoring. Somebody in your party understands agriculture. Somebody in your party understands engineering. build your own homeschool network.
I'll teach video editing.
Hey, that's a great idea.
So our church, the church that I grew up in, used to do that. The youth pastor taught like science and something else because, look, if you're homeschooled, especially in Christian circles, science can be a little bit of a
Gotta be careful there with that.
Could be a little bit of a stretch.
Like,
You never know
so you guys,
exactly what
you
you're gonna
guys
get.
weren't even on the episode that I did where we were, or were you, any of you? Well, we did the episode where I was showing the video about why peanut butter disproves evolution. That I learned
missed that.
No, because it was the episode I did with the scientific libertarians. That's right.
Oh my God, you and Carl.
Oh my
I was
god!
like-
Were Carl's eyes popping out of his head?
He was head desking at that point.
Peanut butter disproves evolution. Holy fuck.
Yeah,
And the
because
world
if
is 6,000
evolution
years
was-
old.
If evolution was real, then peanut butter would spontaneously become a living organism of a different type at some point. Chuck Missler's fucking crazy. That's all I'm saying.
Dude, you just gotta wait long enough.
And look,
You haven't been patient enough.
if you don't know who Chuck Missler is, fix yourself because he's fucking hilarious.
Chuck
This is
who?
Chuck Missler is a prophet
Jesus Christ.
who does a 30 episode arc like on audio tapes back in the day about the Nephilim, which is in his mind what happens when angels come down to earth and fuck humans and make babies.
What the fuck?
Well,
Happening
I
right
mean,
now in my ears.
look, if angels are fornicating with humans, I would like a visit.
Oh my god!
Because we're on fucking
Where do we get
lockdown.
on that list?
And all I get to do is work. So, man, if somebody is home delivering sex,
Would you like me to explain the Nephilim? Because
No,
this is fun.
This is too much already.
Dre's not high enough for your bullshit
The
tonight, dude.
theory
Oh my
is
god!
that all the stories that we have in like Greek mythology
Is
about
this in that case?
yes, all the stories that we have in Greek mythology about like Hercules and all them are based on these Nephilim who were superhuman because they were half angel or maybe demon. Who knows? Really?
Okay.
So all these mythos that are from like 20,000 years ago, it's because angels were fucking us.
Well, then they need to up their game because we need a new super race, man.
We need a hero.
Right? I don't see any half angel human hybrids walking around. Do you?
We need another Hercules. That would be cool. I mean, how badass would that be?
He'd probably like be a statist though.
He'd probably be a stoner. I mean,
This took a crazy turn I did not see.
And go see heaven. You can literally go there. I don't care.
look, we're seeing all kinds of weird shit right now. Everything's going to take a crazy turn. We've got a global toilet paper shortage.
This is why
Global toilet
Some
paper.
people don't even have toilets. I mean, there's a whole subcontinent of people that don't have toilets, and they're buying out toilet paper.
Wouldn't it just be
Yeah,
cheaper to buy?
bidet sales have increased, I think, like 400% or something.
Yeah.
I saw like the little handle things, like the prices shot up like 300% or something.
You guys see Myra's post
Dude,
about
just
Oh,
go
yeah.
get your garden hose. You got a sprayer? Run it through the window.
Did you guys see Myra's post about
What are you
freezers?
talking about? Freezers?
What?
He's on mute. I don't know what's going on with him.
I'm not on mute. Can you not hear me?
No.
Yeah, I can hear you now. About
Boy, you have
freezers?
a really weird delay going on, Zach. It's
Yeah.
like
Oh.
it's like
Sorry,
a big kung fu movie.
I wrote in a the problem. So Myra tried to buy a
See,
freezer.
kung fu,
from
kung
Home
fu.
Depot. I'll be right back.
And then we went.
I thought that was just on my end.
No, it's like a
that
kung
was
fu
him.
movie, right?
Yeah. So
Daniel, don't do that. Your mother
Totally.
will be angry.
All right. So, is this better?
Yes.
Okay. So Myra, our friend from Iowa, who we are going to have on to talk about her candidacy here in a couple of weeks.
Fuck yeah.
But caveat: she has to come on with Elfie. That's her precondition
why?
because they want to be adorkable together.
That's okay. We can host what? 1 million people now, right?
Yeah, 6. So anyway, She tried to buy a freezer, and they told her it would be at least 2 weeks, and that's everywhere.
Really?
Yeah.
So look, now
Makes sense, though. A deep freezer is something that you would want in the apocalypse.
Look, now is the time for Craigslist and the Buy Nothing groups. Find those groups and come together as a community.
Absolutely.
I mean,
I just saw a post the other day.
100%.
I think John Phillips Jr. shared it. I can't remember who the woman was, but she was in a remote area somewhere here in the country, and she was down to a couple things of breast milk, and people came together and got her some breast milk or formula, whatever.
Oh yeah, I saw that
Feed the
post
baby.
as well.
Yeah.
Look, you can, if you crack eggs first, you can freeze them. Just take them out of the shell first. They'll freeze for a really long time. You can make soap. You can make hand sanitizer. I know every place is out of isopropyl alcohol and people are freaking out. Guess what? Your liquor store still has Everclear and vodka and gin.
Go get the cheapest grain alcohol you can buy. That's alcohol that you can disinfect anything with.
I mean,
Everybody's freaking out because they
problem
can't buy bread. Bread is really easy to make, guys.
Yeah.
I bought
Like
bread
4
today,
ingredients.
but it was literally the last loaf of the kind that I wanted. But
I bought the last
Was it
loaf of bread in the store.
no, it like has
Gross.
seeds and nuts and stuff in it.
Yeah.
It is
I
not.
bet it had nuts in it. Oh!
Did everybody catch Sarah Palin dressed as a bear
Yes.
and the Masked Singer
I did.
singing
I saw
fucking
your
Baby
post
Got
about it.
Back? I
Did
like
she do
big
good?
butts. I like big butts is what she's saying. She
Was it-
had every word right. She knew that fucking song, man.
You can't call yourself an American if you don't know every word to that song. Come on.
Dude, Sarah Palin kicked ass on I Like Big
Someone
Butts.
of her age. You know what I mean? Like, so did she do well when she did
Oh,
sing it? I just saw the title. I
mean,
just saw the article.
her voice is not like stellar. She's not but she nailed that song, man.
Good for
Sarah
her.
fucking Palin.
Yeah.
This is the upside down. We are in the upside down.
Bernie Sanders
Well-
is president, giving us $1,000 a person, and Sarah Palin is winning the mess. Well, not winning, but
Look,
she's on the mess singer.
here's the other good thing for libertarians. You know, we warn people about the dangers of socialism all the time. Nobody believes us. All right, everybody who's pissed because you can't get bread or toilet paper, there's nothing in the stores, you can't work, there's no small business. Welcome to socialism.
I have commies on my news feed. I was telling you guys before the show started that are welcoming a lot of this. They're like, you should be happy that the government is talking about, doing this and that. And wouldn't Medicare for all be great right about now? No, it wouldn't. They don't have tests to test half the people. They have to reach out to the private sector to find out what they have. And the private sector does not have to comply with the federal government. And they probably have their
a bunch
shit
of the
in order.
regulations being taken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. There we
And
go.
all the solution is all the regulations are being taken away. So like
Exactly.
I tweeted about both of these things. I tweeted about stores are looking like Bernie just took office, and then another thing that I tweeted out was, hey, everybody look at these regulations that are being repealed in the name of getting things faster, better, and everything else. Those are the ones that we don't need.
Yeah, Mitt Romney's pushing now for a $1,000 surplus check to everybody.
I remember.
Well,
I remember.
Democrats and Republicans are both socialist.
Yeah.
Right.
I remember in the aughts.
They just disagree about how to spend your money.
Right.
Exactly.
When there were some people who were like, Mitt Romney's not really a Republican, right? And all the Republicans are like, oh no, he's a legit conservative. It's like, Romney care?
Oh, I forgot about
Legit
that.
conservative. Okay. And here we are.
Well, he is.
Right.
He is socially a legit conservative.
Yeah. I don't think he likes the gays much.
I mean, he is. The reality is Kevin's right. Republicans and Democrats are both socialists. One of the other big differences is whether or not we should kill foreigners.
Who's the Oklahoma Libertarian Party secretary?
Sharice Norton.
Sharice?
Oh, because someone is saying that she's really good at homeschooling.
She's a great homeschooling teacher. So if you guys get
yeah,
stuck,
she is.
The only reason I know who that is like the last day that I was managing Dan's page was the day that she messaged to say, hey, I'm sorry, the convention isn't happening.
I mean, okay, so here's the deal. Let's talk conventions. The Oklahoma Libertarian Party convention will happen. It's just not going to happen when we originally planned it. But it's going to happen. Delegate selection is going to go on. Convention is going to happen. I know everybody all over the internet is like freaking up in arms about National Convention. So if you're watching, let's make this really easy. National Convention is going to happen. I can't tell you for sure where or when, but it is going to happen. Currently, things are in constant flux. The convention committee has plans from A through X. There are a million other contingency plans. For anybody to assume that no one is talking about it, considering it, or coming up with a contingency plan, I mean, please, what the fuck is wrong with you?
You guys already announced that you have a meeting to discuss it on the 26th, right?
Well, no. So here's what happened. The Convention Oversight Committee plans conventions. Members of the LNC apparently assumed that the Convention Oversight Committee is brain dead and can't function without added minutia from them. Of course we are coming up with other ideas.
To be fair.
I'm just saying.
Ask me how many LNC members that called for this meeting bothered to send one email to anyone on the Convention Oversight Committee and say, can we have a conversation about alternative plans? Ask me so that I can tell you 0. Not one. They just assumed that people who put on conventions have no backup plan for a convention. Tell me how much sense that makes. Okay, so there are lots of backup plans. Everything is in flux. We don't know what the state of the world is going to be in 3 days, let alone 8 weeks. So take a chill pill, take a breath. Shit is going to work itself out. In the meantime, stop being dicks to each other. Don't buy up 5 pallets of toilet paper. Because if you do, your neighbor's going to start wiping their ass on your front yard. It's going to happen. I mean, come on.
So, I remember like in the Nebraska chats and everything, some people were a little like, what's going to happen? What's National going to do about this? I'm like, well, Aaron's on the committee. So just, or Daniel Hayes, if you want to talk to someone who's an asshole.
Or Whitney Billiou. Whitney Billiou is on the committee. Ken Molman is on the committee. Sam Goldstein is on the committee.
Leave my cousin
Look,
alone.
I promise you,
don't tell people to go bug Aaron. She's got 10 jobs.
Yeah, come bug me.
Bug Aaron, not my cousin. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
I mean, look, the convention is going to. Right now, the plan is to still have convention in Austin as planned. If that becomes something that isn't possible, we will shift to another plan, and there are several there. Just know it'll happen.
No one assumed that the COC is brain dead. I did know there were contingency plans. I co-sponsored it so that everyone could get on the same page, basically.
You don't need a motion to do that. That simply requires a conversation. So, I mean, let's learn to have conversations.
I think you guys should fight.
Fight.
Depending on
there's no UFC
day, there's no
or WWE, so we got to come up with something.
Look, I mean,
pie fight.
If you guys are going to fight, he's got to make both of you some of those knives because those were really pretty.
John makes amazing knives. That's the other thing. If you need knives, reach out to John Phillips.
No, not until he's done with mine, though. Fuck all of you.
But just be prepared to pay because you got to pay for good products.
Yeah, like I offered to let him spank Elfie, so I feel like that's a pretty good price.
I mean,
with that nasty whip that he keeps talking about, not just a hand spanking.
LP Fight Club. LP Fight Club could raise some money. Look, let's talk about LP Fight Club.
There would be so many different categories. Seriously, there would probably be a pie fight, right?
So look, there is a fight.
Full MMA. There would be like some wrestling. There'd be some fucking WoW group for these geeks. I don't know.
There is a big fight getting ready to come up for the LP, for all LP members. Everybody should know it. Everybody should know it. How do we get ballot access? Think about it for a second. Ballot access in a whole lot of states requires petitioning, right?
Which we can't do.
Which you can't do. So how many of you anticipate that the states with petitioning requirements are just going to waive those requirements for us?
A couple might, but I don't hold my breath.
That's the next fight, right?
I don't see.
That's the next fight. We're going to have to fight this. So be prepared to fight that.
So I think of all places, New York might, because I think they're smarting from those court decisions they just lost.
Petitioning is going to get really difficult, and getting candidates on the ballot is going to get really difficult. We need to be prepared to fight that. We need to be prepared to push back against some of this overreach.
Hey, Jared Hall.
Well, I think we're going to see overreach in just about everything.
I love you.
Yeah. Yeah, what's next, Kevin? What's next? So social gatherings are closed down. Most small businesses are closed down. What's next?
I mean, we're down to 10
I would say that they're going to start limit. 10 people. I would say that the next step that they're going to do is, in the name of spreading, fake news or false media, they're going to start monitoring social media a lot more heavily.
You guys didn't see
not
that
allowing
today?
posts. You can see like YouTube. I saw some of that today, but you can see like YouTube creators. Like if they say coronavirus in their vids, they're automatically demonetized. 100%.
I saw comments being taken down today.
And
like,
Carino is the name of the coronavirus, and I'm stealing that from Wrestle Talk.
San Francisco is already at soft martial law 24-hour curfew. So
does that mean don't go out? You cannot leave your home?
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
the
shelter in place.
fuck?
So
You
what does
must
that mean
stay
for like
at home.
delivery drivers? Because like you have to get food somehow.
So
and
there's
most people-
always they always leave some windows open, right? And if you follow the money, you figure out who benefits, and that's usually how that gets left open. I mean, medical workers, I'll still be allowed to come and go to work. It's gonna be ugly. It's gonna be ugly. How long before people push back?
I don't
I
think
don't
it's
think
very
they will.
long.
I think Americans are cowards. Prove me wrong.
I think that once bars start closing more, that's what you see more people get irritated about. Plus, the only real riots that we have seen have been over campuses closing because a lot of those kids that had to vacate their dorm rooms and things like that didn't really have anywhere to go. I think that we're going to see a lot when it comes to college campuses. We're going to see a lot whenever it comes to bars and stuff like that, because a lot of the youth that really hasn't been beat down yet, that still have a little bit of that fire, they're willing to go out there and get tear gassed a little bit.
Got written up by police for having 12 people in a bar, 4 employees and 3 waiting for to-go orders. Fuck those
Whoa.
That's 7 fucking people. What the actual fuck?
I assumed that there were 5 people sitting in the bar. That's what he means.
Right.
That's still ridiculous. I wonder, Jason, let us know how big that fine is. I'm super curious.
Because
basically, you can leave your home for essentials, and that's it. Visiting the grocery store, doctors, visiting relatives is somehow essential. Okay, you're all my family now.
See, but this is so stupid and arbitrary. Like you could say they could stop you. So you're on your way to the bar. I'm on the way to the grocery store. I'm on my way to go see my mom. Like you can say whatever the fuck this is stupid.
My mom owns a bar.
How long before they start making people who have tested positive, even if they're asymptomatic, wear a big C on their sleeve or an armband? How long before that happens?
See,
why don't we just make it a star? It'll look cooler.
I'm just saying.
That's a really good idea. Where did you get that from? I don't think it's been tried before.
Some guy, I heard about it. He had a goofy mustache.
I mean, how long until this is what we're looking at? I mean, is anybody really thinking about that, or are we all trying to not go there? Because I'm going there.
I'm trying really hard not to think about it. But
I mean, what's next?
I mean, look, and the thing is, I meant what I said earlier. Americans are cowards. Nothing like for me, I'm an introvert, and you're always just giving me excuses not to leave my fucking house. My job just sent me home with a computer so I could do my job here. So I don't leave unless I'm going to go get food for my fat ass. And typically I'm sending Elfie out for that anyway. So
yeah, but guys, look, quarantine is enforced with police force. These mandates are being enforced with lethal force, with violence.
And and this is on the back end of, and I'm going to bring up 2 things here. Let me get through this real quick. Yesterday we talked about the guy who got the red flag no-knock raid on his house and got murked in his bed in Maryland.
Yes.
And we found out about halfway through today that the mayor of New Orleans is banning gun sales, which she doesn't have the power to do, but it's going to be enforced anyway.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen elections, canceled elections.
That's insane.
What were you saying, Kevin?
Well, I don't think that they have the authority to do any of this. I don't see anywhere where asking any private businesses to close is legal under any circumstances. I just can't see it. Also, I apologize for moving around a lot. Being on my phone is wonky.
Oh, you're fine. I can't sit still.
Your phone is way better than some of the other people we've had on their phones here.
Look, and if you're tuning in and a lot of the things that we're saying are making you uncomfortable, number one, good. Number two, please understand that nobody here wants to see people get sick and die. Everybody here wants to see people being responsible, doing everything they can to limit negative interactions, making sure that they're taking care of their friends, family, loved ones, and communities. We all want that. But the whole use of force and violence to achieve it is problematic. This is problematic.
I just cringed.
Seems like Noah lost a court case. I assume that that's probably been something that they've had to deal with because of that hurricane. I mean, they've been hit by like 3 hurricanes in my lifetime. So I'm sure if there's anyone that should know better, it's probably the New Orleans mayor. Because you can't do this. Look, the thing is, this is what it's going to end with. There's finally going to be that one person. They're going to find that one person who's just like, I don't have enough to lose. I will gun down the first 4 cops through that door. And then, Jesus Christ, this is going to blow up.
Yep,
and
it's going to happen.
Like it happened. It will fucking happen. If that guy in Maryland would have been awake, given his political leanings, it's entirely possible he was going to meet force with force.
I mean, what happens if Trump declares martial law?
Ricketts will bow down and suck his dick, so that means Nebraska will be under martial law for us. I don't know about y'all.
Are you guys thinking about that? I was not joking earlier when I told Dre I hope she and I end up in the same FEMA camp. Because it's coming.
Oh, Kevin.
He'll be back.
So yeah, this is not what we really wanted. I wanted to have a great conversation about why Oklahoma's fucking terrible with all these Oklahoma people have a good fight with it, and instead we're talking about how we're all going to die, and not because of the virus, but because the government sucks. Right,
we are not all going to die from a virus. People are going to die from this virus, just like they die from every virus. That is going to happen. But yeah, look around you. Clearly Orwell was psychic, right? Clearly Orwell was a prophet. I already do not trust Trump with what he's done already, and now he wants to send money to everyone, Biden, Sanders, anyone. Right, look, so, and here's the deal with that money. They're borrowing that money from your kids.
Yeah, we were just talking about that too. This money is, the government doesn't do anything to create money. They just create it out of thin air or borrow it from your children, our children.
They create money, but they don't create wealth.
Right. They print money. They don't create it from anything else. So all these people in my timeline saying how great it is that the government's going to do this, that, and the other thing during this by handing out money for this, handing out money for that. That's nice and everything, but to get us over this hump, great. But yeah, they're borrowing that money from our children. So don't say that's great when you just think that it's just coming out of the fucking sky. That's what I think these people actually think. It's just literally falling out of the goddamn sky.
Right.
So,
well, I think that people don't have a good understanding of our currency, and that's what causes that. They see that $1 is worth 2 apples or whatever, and so they think that the government has 100 trillion apples or something to back it up. They don't really understand the concept that $1 is worth $1 because Merca says it is.
Right.
So I want to make a rant here. Give me just a sec, and you guys can all dogpile me after this because I know everyone will. Gold is the same thing as fiat money, and here's what I mean. everyone wants to say, well, gold is never worth nothing, and it's the international currency and blah, blah, blah. It is still only valuable because people believe that it's valuable. There are applications for gold, especially if you're into electronics. However, ammo is the best currency.
Right. So Jay Norton says, can anyone point me to the statutory authority for POTUS to declare martial law? Well, sure. It's Article 1, Section 9 of the United States Constitution is pretty much where that starts. And only the president can declare martial law federally. But the governors of each state, like Zach was saying before, when it comes to the state level, they must agree and kind of go with that. They have the right to push back and say this won't happen here. So I think it would be interesting to see kind of what would happen
in each state.
Yeah, what would that look like? What states would say "fuck you, Trump"?
None.
Oh yeah. No, not here. Yeah, ours would bend over and be like, "More Daddy Trump, please."
I don't know. I think some of them would. I think some would push back.
Sure, but not ours.
Alaska. You guys think Alaska pushes back?
It would be Alaska or nobody.
Right.
They're the only ones that I could see even thinking about, because the Democrats want lockdown. They're Democrats,
right?
And Republicans are going to do whatever Trump wants, except for the weird Alaska people who aren't really Americans. Like,
I don't know, man. Look at Florida. I don't know. Like, look at Florida. Look at Florida right now, with the beaches being open and people flocking there. We may have a governor in Florida who would push back and say no.
They're canceling all their big events. Like, WrestleMania's not going ahead, and that's 3 months from now.
They've still got everybody flooding to those beaches. It's all over the news.
I did not see that. That's crazy.
Well, it's because they think that
Chad says mayors have the authority to declare if a city charter declares it.
To declare.
And here's the deal. That is where you can affect the most change in your life, politically speaking. City politics. Because mayors have the authority.
Can you guys hear me still?
Yes. Yeah. Mayors have the authority to say, we're not going to do it. They do in most cities.
Right.
So you need to start getting some libertarian mayors and vote Caleb Salvatore for mayor of Omaha, I guess.
Or Bill Queen.
I mean, this is why. I don't know. They'll look at cities like Tulsa, where the mayor's making declarations. Would a libertarian mayor have made a declaration to shut down private businesses?
No. They wouldn't be allowed in the Libertarian Party for very long if they did.
Well, clearly we allow everybody. Don't get me started on that shit. Right. Jeff Wood is seeking our vice presidential nomination, for fuck's sake.
Oi. Did I just see something weird? Never mind.
Did you just see something weird about Wood? Probably.
I mean, like, I don't remember the name. Like, you could have said anybody's name, and I'd be like, did I just see something weird about them?
I mean,
it's an LP thing.
It's an LP thing.
This is a good time to jump in and remind everyone that Saturday at our normal time, 8 o'clock Central, we are having Longstreth versus Molman. That is the vice chair debate. That's going to be really fun. I don't even know who's going to be in there with me on that one. I think Dre said yes, but I don't know about anyone else.
Saturday?
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm not high.
I mean, I actually think that there's nothing on my calendar Saturday, so I was like super excited.
I think I'm actually off
Saturday. You
Saturday.
can't have anything on your calendar for Saturday because it's not like a bar is going to be open for you.
I think I actually might not have to work, so it's possible.
Kevin, you want to jump in too?
Are you not working all the time?
I mean, I work a lot. And that's the thing, too. Look, if anybody is looking for work, I know people are looking for work right now. I know people have been shut down. I know your jobs have been affected. If you're in Oklahoma and you're looking for work and you have a clean criminal background and reliable transportation, man, shoot me a DM. I know where you can get some on-the-job training and some paid training to go out and help some people right now. So there is work. There is work, and I know I saw Michelle McCutcheon was helping people find some remote work, kind of in Ohio and potentially Indiana. If you're a libertarian and you've got some remote work for other libertarians, post that stuff too.
Yeah,
I can't help out at all. I'm in oil and gas. I mean, it's pretty rough.
Ooh, buddy. I'm sorry. Let's talk about that for a second, because
Yeah.
that's like that started, and then the virus hit, and it just doubled down on how terrible that situation was about to get. My understanding is that it's basically a trade war between Saudi Arabia and Russia on dropping oil prices to bankrupt each other. Is that accurate? Kevin? Can you hear us?
What's going on?
Oh, no, he
No,
can't hear
he's
us.
having trouble. Yeah, so that was kind of my understanding of the situation too. So the price of oil is dropping out. Now we've got global pandemic and toilet paper shortages. What else? What else are people running out of? Sanitizer and toilet paper.
Yes, again, go get grain alcohol, people. It will disinfect.
It's funny because the shortage is so bad that people who make moonshine are switching to making sanitizer instead.
There you go.
Dude, we had some hand sanitizer and some of those little travel bottles that were empty that we had never put anything in. John filled them up and sold them at the bar for $10 a pop.
Hey, free market solutions, people.
Well, we looked on eBay. They were going for 15, so
one of the other things I would like to see is libertarians coming together. Let's build a big Facebook group. If you make paper, you can put it in the air. I make paper. Here's what I charge. I make candles. Here's what I charge. I make ammo. Here's what I charge. Let's start our own little kind of co-op.
I make videos. That's not very useful in one of these emergencies.
Look, right now, think about it. Right now, we are in a perfect situation to show people that you can barter for things. A lot of people are out of work, so let's start doing that. Let's start putting our skills to work and bartering for stuff.
This is going to be the biggest co-op thing, forced co-op. You know what I mean? So people are going to have to obviously force homeschool. So they're going to have to reach out to the resources already there, already homeschooling people, groups, whatever. Same thing with bartering for goods and services. We're going to need to because everything's closed down. This is a perfect opportunity for co-op living, for off the grid, for non-regulated everything.
I mean, Aaron, you're talking about bartering. Like half of this podcast ago, I was sitting there trying to trade whipping my wife's ass for
a knife, right?
Yeah, I'm ready to survive, even if I gotta trade my wife a little bit for it.
Oh my god! Trafficking for the win. What the fuck, dude?
Mercedes, I need some lotion. I'm fucking. Oh, I'm silly.
Yeah. See, so like
you're just mad because we haven't said anything about sending you the video yet.
I mean, yeah, we've got a lot of people that do a lot of really cool things. Why not just kind of lead that movement? Let's show everybody how we do it. Libertarians have been doing this for like decades.
Right, no one's making fun of the preppers now.
Reaching out with some.
Go ahead.
Reaching out with what, Kevin?
With some volunteering for different things, like we've got some guys that are in our Discord and some people that we know, like Mike over at the Mad Liberty podcast. He's handing out cards to people down the street asking, hey, if you guys need help with groceries, if you guys need help with this or that, if you're at high risk, like I'm willing to help. All that volunteering and stuff like that, and showing that we can exist without some type of nudge and be nice without people threatening us. I think would be a good deal as well.
Yeah, we need to just start taking care of each other. That was kind of the beauty of Galt's Gulch, right? The best and the brightest just kind of disappeared, and society had to figure out what it was going to do without them. Maybe it's time for us to all just kind of tap out of our governments too. They're giving us a great opportunity right here. It's right here and it's right now. We need to start our own online Galt's Gulch.
I think if we don't take advantage of this situation right here, where we're seeing the deregulation of some things and then the militarization of some other things, I think that we're really, really missing the boat, because we can point to say, hey, look, the solution is less government regulation in this area, but they're somehow trying to sell us with more in another area. It doesn't really make sense. And all these crazy conspiracy theories that we've been talking about as far as martial law and all of that, they're real, and they're really beaten down. We've got kids being tear gassed at Dayton University, and people forcefully contained if they refuse to quarantine, and businesses being shut down, private businesses being shut down, and things like that. But at the same time, we're taking out different regulations for truck drivers and weight limits and different things like that. It just doesn't make sense. We're getting mixed signals, but we as libertarians need to be grabbing onto this and pushing it forward.
I think we're missing the boat too
early
on civil disobedience.
Yeah.
Right? If
right.
Some laws should be being broken. They just should be.
Yeah, 100%. I think we have a moral obligation to break bad laws.
Who was that? Malcolm X said that?
I mean, probably.
Hobbie, as far as
I heard Kevin say it.
Okay, it's now attributed to Kevin.
Kevin said it.
Everyone else who probably said it's dead, so who cares?
Look, there are
right.
They can't contest shit.
And again, we get it. Nobody here wants to see people get sick. Like, props to the private businesses who voluntarily shut down, who are going to continue to pay their employees, who are trying to do right by their communities. Props to them.
And good for them if they can do that.
If they can do that, great.
Not a lot of businesses can probably do that.
Here's the reality. We all still have to eat.
Exactly.
Yeah. Some of us more than others. Look at how thin I'm getting.
Farmers still need to get up every day and grow food, right? And we still must transport goods and services. These things still have to happen. People still need medical care. We still need food. We still need clothing. We still need shelter. People are still being born. We're going to continue to need things like furniture and freezers and vehicles.
We definitely need to stop that people being born thing. There's already too many of you fucks on this.
Please stop it.
Oh my God.
Slow down, stupid. The problem is that stupid people have more kids than smart people.
This is true.
Well,
yeah, isn't that the premise behind theocracy?
Well, look, stupid people have more kids than smart people because when you're stupid, you're limited in your skill set, and fornicating, it's a pretty basic skill. I mean, for some people, it's the only thing they're good at, Zach. Come on.
I wouldn't know. I've never been good at
it. That's what she said.
I do eat ass, though, so that's my saving grace.
There's so many different directions I could go here. I just don't even know which one to pick.
Since he said eat ass, you guys want to talk about the coronavirus challenge? People licking toilet seats and doorknobs?
Oh.
I've been giving free hugs to everywhere I go.
Licking toilet seats.
No, not that. That's disgusting.
Well, that just tells me there's a lot of girls with some deep, deep daddy issues.
Holy shit. Like,
right?
Really? A toilet seat? You're going to lick a toilet seat and a doorknob? Like, just go outside. Just violate quarantine. Stop practicing distancing. Just do that instead.
I don't understand why I would ever do that, ever, under any circumstance.
Like, what? And it was like some blonde chicken, and it even better, it wasn't just a toilet seat, right? It was an airline toilet.
Oh my God. She was probably one of those
getting paid for it.
That, or maybe she was one of those bimbos last year that was going into grocery stores licking ice cream and putting it back.
Yeah, they're probably the motherfuckers that started this plague.
There you go.
Yeah.
So that was one of those moments where I broke with a lot of libertarians, because there were a lot of people who were like, "Oh, she shouldn't have got such a heavy sentence." No, fuck her.
Fuck her.
People.
That is food.
STD.
It's food. Tainting somebody's food?
Yeah, fuck you.
Come on.
For life.
Nap violation.
Life, bitch, I don't care.
Yeah, that's a nap violation.
Oh my God. But toilet seats, an airline toilet?
I don't know who John Waters is, but it's still a funny comment.
Licking toilet seats sounds like some John Waters shit. Yeah, I mean, this is a real deal. Google this shit. Google coronavirus toilet licking challenge. You will find the video. This is you can't make this shit up. It's a challenge.
Oh my God. So it's probably like a TikTok and what, you know what? Get help, people. Get a hobby. Get something.
Fucking teenagers who are doing this shit because they want to be cool. Because somehow licking toilet seats is cool now.
Go back to fucking planking.
Planking, yeah. licking
Well,
a
I mean, if
toilet
the
seat?
prize, if the prize is fame, I've done a lot worse for a lot less. So
We were talking about some kind of couch thing earlier. Casting?
Casting couches?
No, yeah.
I
earlier
mean, Monica
she was-
Lewinsky
she
got
messaged
mad
me and
famous
was
for
asking-
sucking a dick, but come on.
Right. That's what the Kardashians got famous for too. And when the aliens come, we're gonna have to explain that to them.
Holy shit.
Hey, so Elfie just had to go outside, and she sent me a message saying that it's my fault because I fed fries to the dog, and apparently that dog does not handle fries very well.
Oh, that's funny.
Ew.
You were joking about Elfie should fart on me. The dog heard you and decided to stick up for me and chase her out the fucking house.
Oh, God. You know she's going to make you sleep in the bathtub now.
No,
I
she
hope she
can't
does.
because my back's fucked up, so she has to be nice to me.
Oh, that's the perfect time to make you sleep in the bathtub.
Right?
I don't. Maybe you didn't. We haven't talked about this. We switched roles again because neither one of us are actually a top or a bottom. We're both.
I know, you're both switchy. Weirdos.
So who's who now? I lose track.
You got to flip a
bottom.
coin.
She's the bottom, except when I want her to sit on my face. I guess. I don't know. I don't know how that works.
They're just weirdos. They're just really, they're fucking weird. And this is me saying that they're weird.
That's fucking saying something.
Right?
Oh,
Like, I've
God.
seen some weird shit. But y'all are just, I can't even.
We're not weird. We're just dysfunctional.
Did you guys see the
There's that.
post? Somebody had posted an article in a group, right, that was talking about all the rain. Because on top of all of this weird shit, right, we've got flooding, near flooding happening in Nebraska. And farmers are
do?
really concerned.
We're in Nebraska. We're like, what?
Yeah, like this is like the last, I guess last month at the end of the month you had all kinds of rain, and it did some damage to some crops and to some fields in Nebraska and Utah.
Are you sure they're not just talking about last year when?
Yeah, when the actual really flooding.
No, last year was bad, but this is just like your water table's still high, and so we're seeing problems. So somebody posted an article talking about the farmers having to being worried about bringing in some crops and getting crops out in time to bring the crops in. And one of the top fans on this news page, the comment under it was, I don't even see why it matters if farmers get up and go farm, because people get their groceries at Reese's and Albertsons anyway.
Right?
I did see that. I
saw that. Oh,
Right? I
boy.
saw somebody saying all of you hunters need to just grow up and put your guns away and get your meat at the grocery store where it's made like the rest of us.
Yep. Like in a factory, I'm assuming they think. I don't know what they're
The grocery
thinking.
store has a magic meat wand.
Well,
they just wave it and meat.
I
I
have
hear the term
one.
factory. And
Factory farming, and they think it's an actual factory.
Does it
Yeah.
count if it's less than
Yeah.
3 inches?
Rude. It's a solid 3 3/4, asshole.
A wand that does not make.
Yep, spring flooding in Nebraska and Iowa. There's Maggie just posted the article. Thank you.
Take her side, Maggie. You're on our team.
Y'all live there. How do I know this shit?
I read national news.
I don't even read the news anymore.
You might not have food. That's kind of actual news, dude. Food's important.
I mean, is it though? I
It's
can
not.
go for the season. I don't know
Food is
about
a pain in my ass, okay?
Well,
I've had gone to the grocery store 30 times in the last week and I'm over it.
Well, I bet you're happy though, because the one thing that seems to be plentiful at every grocery store I've gone to in the last week is produce, right? There's all kinds of produce. There's no meat, but there's all kinds of produce. So it's like
Produce is
vegan
food.
heaven.
And plenty of cheese. Like I had a wonderful pick of any sort of cheese I could have imagined today.
Yeah, it's
So did you
vegetarian
guys
heaven.
see there was oh crap, what was it? Oh, I just lost it. We were
Get
talking
it back.
Produce.
Get it-
Okay, there we go. Some
No.
obviously a Republican type was talking about how you can tell that everyone's freaking out about the Chinese because you go into the store and it's all like Chinese food sitting there and no one's taking any of it. And it's like, you know that shit's perishable as fuck, right? Like you can't keep sushi for more than an hour or so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
So that's why no one's taking the Chinese food, you racist asshole.
I mean,
well, sushi's Japanese too. So
yeah.
we won't go there on that.
Right. So you and I was playing with the premise there. Let me back up. You and I know that. The people who were commenting on this didn't.
Right. They just classify them under Oriental.
Yeah.
Right? They're Asian. They're all Orientals. Oh my god.
It's just Asia.
So I actually thought
Yeah,
that was
just
supposed to be the politically correct term until I almost got my ass kicked by my buddy.
So you thought which one was?
Oriental?
So there is still a giant store here on 72nd and Pacific called Oriental Rugs. What the fuck else are they supposed to call them? I don't know.
Well, no, those are still Oriental rugs. It's
Okay.
just that there's not a race of people that are Oriental. Oriental rugs like come from the Orient region. Big difference between human beings and rugs. Not quite the same.
I mean,
so the Orient?
unless you're talking about that guy I was talking about earlier with the weird mustache.
So the Orient is a region?
Yeah, it's a region.
Okay.
There is still like the Orient Express that runs all the way through Asia, right, into the Soviet Union. Still part of the Orient. It's Russia, still part of the Orient. So part of the reason that term doesn't work well when we're talking about people.
Well, the problem is, and we're seeing this a lot in Britain because of the way their politics are working right now. You will see a definition of like the grooming gangs, for example. It's always Asian,
but they're Pakistani.
And like this is one distinct country's people group that is doing this, and it's not China or Japan. Like maybe we can be more specific.
So here's the thing. Let's dig into this one because I love when people say Asian. Asia is a continent.
It's huge.
It's a
India
shit ton of
is
people.
part of Asia.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So that is Asia. Anything from there would be an Asian product. It's from the continent.
Right.
Again,
but I would say Pakistan. If you're talking about Pakistanis,
it is in Asia.
Say Middle East though?
It is in Asia. It is in
Asia. But I would consider that Middle East.
Well, Pakistan.
Go ahead.
I think it is dishonest on
right
its
on the
face.
line.
I think it would be dishonest on its.
In the middle. Sorry, I'm sorry, Dre.
I just think it's dishonest on its face for the publications, for everybody in the UK to say these grooming gangs are Asian. Why don't you just say they're Pakistani? How about that?
Well, right, because they know what they're inferring.
Yeah.
They know what they're inferring.
They're trying to push the blame onto people who are blameless, and that's disgusting.
It's a semantic argument, and they're trying to take advantage of it, which is dirty. But it's media. What do you expect?
So,
well, it's the media, and it's also the police, and it's also the government.
Aaron, I have a question for you, because like if there's anyone who's like more free travel than me, it's you.
Okay. Yeah, I pretty much am. Yeah.
So, Pakistan. We know that there is a problem in Pakistan with inbreeding.
There are a lot of problems in Pakistan, but that's one of them. Yeah.
Right. Well, so arguably that's the problem because when you start lowering IQs, you get violence and things like that, and lower IQ comes from. There
are some cultural.
Right. I don't want to dismiss all the cultural stuff, but to me, like when you have a people group that's down here intellectually because they keep marrying their cousin. That's a problem.
Well, I mean, the British monarchs proved that shit, right?
Right, exactly. So what do we do with travel with a country where the people that you're going to get from a country are going to be 30 IQ points roughly lower because they have this cultural practice that is badly hurting them? How do you deal with that kind of a culture clash?
You just do.
It's a whole nother show.
You just do you. Look, if somebody can manage to get themselves here and find employment, none of the rest of that shit is your business. If you want to go there and buy things, go there and buy things. People make such a huge deal about shit like this, and a lot of it, do we get to dictate to another people, any of us, what their culture should be?
What if that culture includes forced marriages? And we're not talking specifically about Pakistan anymore.
This is not our deal. This is not our culture. If you want to go there and work as an
are we talking
activist
about
against
there?
it,
Or are we
then
talking about here? What are you saying, Zach?
if you want to go there and
Right,
act
well,
as
I
an
don't-
activist against it, then you do that. But what do we do as a government? Nothing. It's not our people.
I'm talking about like if you and I got our way and we were down to like either bare bones or nothing for a government.
I mean, you let people be people. We all still have the right to disassociate. That means we don't have to interact with people we don't want to interact with. We don't have to accept responsibility for people that we don't want to accept responsibility for. So if somebody wants to move to the middle of fucking Wyoming and live in their tent
and fuck kids, like,
I mean, well, no, nobody is going to to stand idly by. I believe as libertarians, right, that I always have the right to self-defense. And as such, I have a right to request assistance from others in my defense of myself.
Okay, but I think what Zach is getting to, and I think I'm just going to cut to the chase here, where certain enclaves come in and they think that marrying children and forced marriage is okay. And there's an enclave of these people. They all think it's okay. Who's going to stand up for these children if there's a small, closed community and this is their culture and we're not supposed to fuck with it and it's not supposed to be our business, but they're in our country. So it's Western values versus...
Well, number one, I don't think it necessarily matters that they're in our country. We're talking about
I think it does.
Anywhere.
We're talking about a non-nationalist place. But I mean, if you are leaving a grocery store and you see an adult assaulting a child, would you intervene?
Absolutely.
So I think the same thing would happen regardless of where we're at. I think libertarians would say we're not going to stand idly by while you assault a child.
So then the next question is, the next logical step is you have to form a militia because these are large enclaves of people that are moving, and you're going to have to go in there basically with an army to root this out.
Well, I suspect that's what would happen, and I suspect that other people, when you're talking, the United States is already pretty populated, right? So as people are lingering in and moving in, even if we lost half our population, we're still pretty populated. Mm-hmm. As other people are coming in, likely they're going to settle in areas that are already settled, and I don't think anybody is going to stand by. I don't think things like that would necessarily have an opportunity to take root. I think they would be addressed very quickly and swiftly in most populous areas in a libertarian society.
Yeah. So Chad,
okay, so yeah,
especially I do want to bring that up. When we started talking about Pakistan because of the inbreeding. Once we moved away and we started talking about forced marriages and arranged marriages, we were no longer just talking about Pakistan. We were talking about like any
other, yeah.
Kind of thing.
Now, and look, I think arranged marriages aren't necessarily anti-libertarian because it comes down to consent. If you're an adult and you say, yeah, if my parents want to arrange my marriage, that it's part of my culture that I'm comfortable with, then you do that. And if you don't, then you don't. And I think that you do have the right to defend yourself and to request assistance from others in defense of yourself. And I think in a libertarian society, those things would be really clear. These wouldn't be things that we don't talk about because we do talk about them. Mm-hmm. We would want to make sure that everybody knew that they had a right to self-autonomy.
All right. So we're hitting 110 and my back's starting to go out on me. Kevin, do you have anything you want to plug?
Please plug all your stuff. Everything.
Plug all my stuff?
Yes.
Twitter. Can you guys hear me? I'm sorry.
We can hear you.
Terrible.
No, we got you.
Speak up just a little bit, but yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead with your Twitter handle.
Twitter at Hobbie Real. I'm usually more talkative, but I've just been listening to this tonight, and I apologize for the lack of quality on my end. I planned on using my iPad, like I said, but I'm having to use my phone, and it's not working out so well.
Yeah.
I'm on Facebook, kind of, but not really. I'm pop in there every once in a while to make sure that the world hasn't ended. But mainly I'm on Twitter. I also have an Instagram, allegedly. I haven't seen it in a very long time. But if you need me, follow me on Twitter. Also follow OKLP, follow Chad Williams, follow Sharice, everybody that's in the OKLP. We're hoping to have some national. Oh, and of course, Aaron. Aaron's the den mother.
And look, if you're a homeschooling parent or a newly homeschooling parent and you're struggling for resources, hit Kevin up. He'll help you get in touch with some people. If you're, especially if you're in Oklahoma, you're in Kansas, you're in Arkansas, Missouri, anywhere nearby, shoot an email to the OKLP page.
All right. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, please hit us up. We'd love to help you.
Oh, we got a delay.
Thank you guys so much.
Thanks, Kevin.
Anytime. Come back and see us again.
All right. And so everyone, thank you for joining us. Remember, patreon.com/drunkmedia. We're not hitting up donations very hard right now because no one's got it. We get that. But if you want to help us out, that's where you can do it. Pay your starving libertarian activist. And we'll see y'all Saturday for our death battle.
Yeah, and Mercedes, girl, DM me. Let's build a Facebook community where people can start bartering services and goods.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.